we made it to the last one. This one's not by Haley Cass. Margin of Error by Rachel Lacey. Apparently this book came out the day before I read it, which is funny because it was in my to-be-read list for like a year before it was actually released. And then I didn't even know it was releasing until the day after, and I was like, perfect timing. I finished this book in a single day, yesterday, so my thoughts are still marinating, but there's no time like the present to make a review. So, this book takes place in the same universe as Learning Curves, which came out last year in September, that I was really excited for, and then it like kind of was mid. So much so that I kind of forgot their names, because when they showed up in this book, I was like, wait, is that the right people? But let's just say this book starts off with one of the main characters dying. She got hit by a car, and her heart stopped, like just completely flatlined. And then it flash forwards to 2 years later, where actually, she didn't die. But the crazier thing is that the other main character watched her die and has thought that she's been dead this whole time. Which is a crazy way to start a romance. And you know what? I'm here for it. Things that I'm also here for. The main characters are 40 and 47 years old. Like, good God. Thank you. Because sometimes I think about when I'm like not young and youthful anymore and I'm still reading romance books, will I feel bad about how old I am? Like, no. You can still have a stupid, sappy, sapphic love story when you're closer to 50. Moving on for that. Both of them are like newly out, which is also nice that you can be over the age of 40 and still come out. And I think because of all that being set up, this book was extremely fluffy. Like, there was nothing else. It was all fluff. I'm not even mad about it. That's why I read it in one day. But wait, just when you thought that it was going to be boring, because like, if you know me, you know that I live for the angst. Audrey and Michelle get into a car crash on the side of this backwater road and go falling down a cliff into the lake. They survive, because imagine that being the epilogue. Whoa, they both died. If they died and Marin died, it would be like Ghost. Spoiler for a movie that came out in like the 80s. 3 people die in Ghost. Which is funny because that was also referenced in this book. Speaking of things that were also referenced in this book, the holy grail of sapphic fiction, Evelyn Hugo. What? Marin's sapphic romance awakening was Evelyn Hugo. Damn gay. If there's a third installment of this universe coming out, I'm gonna be on it so fast. Even though all of these books were just like across the board, I think a 3. But like, there's just something so cozy about it, and it's just a perfect turn your brain off and have no thoughts, but just be happy. Yes, that is what